Good afternoon. Seeing that we have a quorum, this meeting is officially called to order. Could I remind everybody to turn their microphones on? This is the regular meeting of the Community Redevelopment and Housing Commission. Today is July 25th, 2018. Would everybody please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Ready? You can.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Recording Secretary, would you please take roll call?
Commissioner Cano, Commissioner Garcia,
Present.
Commissioner Ramos,
Present.
Commissioner Santana,
Present.
Commissioner Solano, Commissioner Ursua,
Present.
Chair Wood,
Present.
Commissioner Frazier,
Present.
Commissioner Vasquez.
Present.
We have quorum, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. This is the time for the Commission to consider matters under the consent calendar. Items include 1 through 4. Do any members have any corrections to the minutes, items they wish to pull for separate discussion or abstain on? I did note one item on page 1-3, and that was for, just to clarify, on number 5, next to my name it says Chair Wood. There was no comment, and what I had commented on was that my concern was moving the time frame further back might impact people's ability to attend because of traffic. So that was just a clarification. Are there any other corrections? Seeing none, do I have a motion to consider items 1 through 4? I'm sorry, do I have a motion to consider items 1 through 4?
I move to approve items 1 through 4.
Thank you, Commissioner Garcia. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Santana. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries on a vote 6-0 with Commissioners Cano and Solano noted as absent. The next order of business is consideration of the regular business items. The first item on the business calendar is item number 5, election of the officers for the Community Redevelopment and Housing Commission for the 2018-2019 term. Sorry. Is there any member of the public that would like to speak on the matter? If so, you may fill out a request to speak form with the recording secretary. You will have 3 minutes to speak. Also, we will not accept any additional request to speak cards once we begin the public comment session. If you haven't already done so, please give your form to the recording secretary. I do not believe we have any public speakers. Moving on to the selection, I am opening the election of officers at this time. If there is more than one nomination for an office, we shall vote by a ballot. The floor is now open for nominations for chairperson. Are there any nominations?
I make a nomination to consider Suri Ramos for chair.
I accept the nomination.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations? Okay. With that in mind, I motion that Commissioner Ramos be named the next chairperson effective at our August 2018 meeting. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Garcia. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Commissioner Ramos' name is chairperson on a vote of 6-0 with Commissioners Cano and Solano noted as absent. Pardon me, as I catch my place here. We will now proceed with nominations for vice chairperson. Are there any nominations? And I would like to open that with nominating Commissioner Santana. Are there any other nominations for vice chairperson? It does not appear so. With that in mind, I motion that Commissioner Santana be named the next vice chairperson effective at our August 2018 meeting. Is there a second?
motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Garcia. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? The motion carries to name Commissioner Santana as Vice Chairperson on a vote of 6-0 with Commissioners Cano and Solano noted as absent. Moving on to the comments section. This is a quick meeting. Does the public have any comments they wish to share with the Commission? Please note that you would have 3 minutes to speak. None. And staff comments. Does the staff have any comments they wish to share with the Commission?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations to Commissioner Ramos and Commissioner Santana for your appointments as a chair and vice chair. Staff have a few comments to make. First, on the quarterly report for our Housing Division quarterly report that was just approved, I just want to bring your attention to some major highlights on our multifamily development projects. First, for the Santa Ana Veterans Village project, we gave an update that they were awarded the 9% tax credits on June 13th. We also said that at the last meeting, and that they plan to close on their financing before the end of the calendar year. I wanted to note that in the city funds, you see that we have a commitment of home chodo funds in the amount of $352,963. We are bringing forward a recommendation directly to City Council on August 21st for those funds. The reason for the urgency on the recommendation for the commitment of those funds is that HUD has commitment deadlines on each chodo, each participating jurisdiction's chodo funds each year. And so if we don't commit the funds by August 30th, we will lose $171,000 of that $352,000 immediately. Just the U.S. Treasury will take those funds back from our allocation. So we will be moving forward with a recommendation to our City Council on August 21st to commit the home chodo funds amount of $352,963 for the development of the Santa Ana Veterans Village project. The second major update I wanted to provide is, I wanted to just highlight, is for Tiny Tim Plaza. They did, the developer did submit an application for 9% low-income housing tax credits on July 2nd. We have not heard yet from the developer whether or not they learned if their application was competitive enough for an award. They generally get the awards, the point scoring for all the applications pretty early on, and then the final awards are announced in September, a couple months later. But we are checking with them for the status of their application. A couple other updates. We wanted to follow up on the Lead the Way training for our commissioners. At our last meeting, both Commissioner Ramos and Chairwoman Ramos and Commissioner Solano committed to completing the training by July 2nd. We had emailed both commissioners on July 10th, and we were hoping for an update from the commissioners to determine when they were going to complete the Lead the Way training requirement. We are still pending the certificate of completion also from Commissioner Cano, who's not present today. Our Housing Authority story of success for July was Rosa Maya. Very encouraging story. Again, highlighting the very positive impact that our Section 8 assistance has on families who are receiving our assistance, and the life-changing work that our staff is able to provide through our Housing Plus program and our Family Self-Sufficiency program. Following up on City Council action items following our last meeting in June, on July 3rd, the Housing Authority approved an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, with the Orange County Social Services Agency and the Orange County Continuum of Care for an application a joint application for the Family Unification Program. The Family Unification Program is a NOFA that HUD released in April that provides rental assistance through the Section 8 voucher program, so a voucher for FUP-eligible families and youth. FUP families are families that are at risk of having a child removed from their household or had recently had a child removed from their household due to lack of housing. Or a FUP-eligible youth is a youth between the ages of 18 to 24 who is going to become emancipated from the foster care system within 90 days or has already been emancipated from the foster care system. We'll be submitting an application tomorrow with the MOU that was approved by the board for $1,071,000 in additional rental assistance. That's equal to 100 FUP vouchers. We do anticipate having a very competitive application for those for that additional rental assistance for families in our community. This application follows behind two successful applications we've submitted in the last 2 years for HUD VASH vouchers. So in 2016, we were awarded 75 HUD VASH vouchers that we were committed to the Santa Ana Veterans Village project to actually make that new construction 75-unit project possible, as well as 100 HUD VASH project-based HUD VASH vouchers that we were awarded in 2017 that we've recently allocated and made available through our RFP that we issued on July 2nd. So we continue to pursue opportunities to obtain additional rental assistance and resources, financial assistance resources for families in our community. Just last night, on Tuesday, we provided a homeownership workshop. We had released a nixle for that workshop last week, and we had 9, we didn't have that big of a turnout this time around. We had 9 people attend the workshop last night. But we continue to do our best to market our down payment assistance program and homeownership opportunities to our inclusionary housing program to families that can qualify. It's very difficult for families to qualify. If you remember back in April, we updated the down payment assistance program to double the amount of assistance available for families, but still with such a tough market, families are having extreme difficulty in qualifying for a loan to purchase a home. So we are going to continue to evaluate the attendance at our workshops and possibly revisit again the down payment assistance program itself next spring if we continue to not see the results that we were hoping to see. And lastly, our Summer Night Lights program is now open in the evenings for youth and families. This follows the opening ceremony held on Saturday, July 7th. That was attended by Chairman Wood. Thank you very much, Mr. Wood, Commissioner Wood, for attending that ceremony. A nixle was also issued on July 12th for Commissioner Ursua. Since you weren't a part of the selection process for this program, just for your familiarity, the Summer Night Lights program is a pilot program designed to provide recreational activities for youth and families during the summer season at El Salvador Park. It was a recipient of one of our community development block grants this previous year, and was made possible through our community development block grant selection process as recommended by the Commission to City Council. And with that, Miriam, do you have any additional updates you want to provide? Okay. Mr. Mendoza? Nothing to report. Okay. With that, we do not have any additional items to report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brown. That's good information.
Chairman, can I ask a quick question for Mr. Hudson?
Absolutely.
For the Summer Night Lights program, is that mingled with National Night Out, or is that two separate events?
It is. Thank you, Commissioner Santana. It's two separate events. They are not combined together.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Can I ask a quick question as well?
Yes, Commissioner.
Right now, are the down payment assistance program workshops happening on a monthly basis, or is there a schedule set for those?
Thank you, Chairwoman Ramos. The workshops are currently held on a quarterly basis. We don't currently have the capacity to hold the workshops on a monthly basis. They do require also that the city provides overtime for the staff who administer those workshops, but they are consistently provided on a quarterly basis.
Thank you.
I did have a comment about that.
Commissioner Garcia first.
Thank you. I see the emails come through for announcing these workshops. I wanted to ask if there's been more promotion surrounding the recent expansion of the qualifications to include individuals that have a college degree and buy their first home in Santa Ana. You had mentioned that earlier in the year that was going to be added onto the qualifications or criteria.
Yeah, thank
for
you.
Applying for those funds.
Yeah, thank you very much for the Commissioner Garcia. We are trying to make that information as widely known as possible. I mean, we make it available. We make the information available through our Nixle. We haven't yet at this time explored opportunities to reach out to alumni of the high school or anything like that. But it is definitely something we should look into to continue to try and market that component of the program to graduates of our local high schools.
Because I bought my first home here in Santa Ana, and I just I graduated from college and everything, and so I didn't qualify because I earned too much for that assistance program, but I would have qualified for this new component, through this new component. So I think if there's an opportunity there to tout that, and there's an audience there, but you do have to do some research. So yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
just wanted to follow up on that.
Commissioner Urzua.
Yeah, also on the down payment assistance program, and wanted to just extend and see if there's ways in which nonprofit organizations can be partners in distributing the information more widely. I'm curious if organizations like NeighborWorks, Orange County, since they're already doing assistance around home buying, do they have the information to also inform? I don't know if you would know this, but is it something that is available to them to also inform them of the city programs for down payment assistance?
Yes, sir, absolutely. The NeighborWorks of Orange County is actually our closest partner in the administration of the program. Just an example, any potential home buyer applicant who's interested in purchasing a home has to go through their 8-hour housing counselor certification. No, housing training, home buyer training, and so they market our program and we market their program as well. It's very much a mutually beneficial and reciprocal relationship, because families are often able to combine the assistance from NeighborWorks with our assistance in order to purchase a home, and they need to in order to maximize their opportunity to purchase a home.
Great, thank you. No, and just I know that with limited resources, kind of doing the too extensive of outreach is more difficult, because I know that some of the more effective things are going to door and informing people in the neighborhoods more directly. So just if there's opportunities to partner with folks that are doing that more often, maybe we can support in getting those numbers higher. I had some just additional comments, and I don't know if they apply now. I think it would be...
They would apply if they are questions for the staff and the staff report. Otherwise, I think we would put them under commissioner comments. Or, if you have questions of the staff, though, this is certainly...
Yeah, I'm not sure where it would fit, so I think I'll wait until it's just around... perhaps it's the... Yeah, no, I think it would have to do with available land assets for affordable housing development.
On the quarterly report?
If you have questions, you can ask them.
No, I would feel free to go ahead and ask.
Okay, sorry. It's more that I have a question because I've been hearing from community members around some of the new parcels of land that will be available for development, and just asking if there is a preference or priority or restriction to Santa Ana residents on that.
So the any affordable housing project where we invest our affordable housing funds or commit our land assets for affordable housing development, we require a Santa Ana residency preference. And so when a project opens, a developer owner opens up their waiting list for a project, we will confirm that they are in fact implementing a Santa Ana preference for their lottery system, so that only Santa Ana residents are served through our affordable housing projects.
Great, thank you.
I have a follow-up question to that.
Commissioner Ramos?
So I know we recently approved the affordable housing policies and procedures, and I think I had suggested that we do some additional monitoring to ensure that that local preference is being met. So that would, whatever we approved, whatever is stated in the policies and procedures, these new developments that are coming down the line will now have to follow, correct?
Yes, yes, absolutely, yes.
Thank you. And then on the down payment assistance program, is there a budget for marketing? Or is the city just doing everything in-house since it's only been online as of now?
We do not have a specific budget or line item for the marketing of the down payment assistance program. The individual who is responsible for marketing the program is our loan specialist, and she's able to market the program within her time and capacity under her job responsibilities.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any other questions from the commissioners? Staff report? Then at this time, we'll move on to commission member comments. Commission members, please note that no member may speak more than once until all have had an opportunity to speak. Also, the commission may vote to limit our comments to 3 minutes each if we feel the need. I would like to start to my left with Commissioner Vasquez. Any comments from you tonight, for just general comments? Commissioner comments? Okay, thank you very much, Commissioner. Commissioner Urzua?
Yes, I want to say thank you for the report. I noticed this is our quarterly reports, and it all happened so fast, so we approved earlier. But I want to thank you, and we'll take a look more closely into the data for people receiving vouchers. I remember being curious before around like the termination of vouchers, and I noticed the numbers at 20 for the last quarter, and I'm curious if that's high, low, if that's, it's already a comment, but I just want to thank you and perhaps reach out to you further around the report. Also, I have some comments that have come up again in my work as in doing community organizing and in hearing from the neighborhoods. I think this would be interesting. One of the things that I've been learning is that as people of the city apply for affordable housing projects, one of the things that they find most difficult is the income brackets at which different projects offer housing. And perhaps something to look into further, but it seems that it is at times at the discretion of the developers to be able to offer multiple options and brackets of income, and that could be an opportunity for families that may not fall under 30% AMI to not have to do the jump to 60%, to pay a rent at the 60% AMI, but be able to fall somewhere in between. So it's things that are coming up in the neighborhoods that I'd be interested to talk with you about further as well. And thank you for everything you provided today.
Excellent, thank you. Commissioner and soon-to-be Vice Chair Santana.
Thank you, Mr. Woods. First of all, I'd like to thank my fellow commissioners for your vote, your trust vote, and I want to thank you, Mr. Woods, for leading your leadership up in the podium. And with that, I have no further comments.
Thank you very much. Commissioner and soon-to-be Chairwoman Ramos.
Very similarly, I want to thank all my fellow commissioners for your vote of confidence. And also, I have completed my Lead the Way training, and I sent the proof of completion over. So sorry for the delay. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, Chairman Wood, as well, for your service on this commission.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Garcia.
Quick question for Mr. Judson. You had forwarded us a link to an open position with the city for this division. And I was wondering if that's the same position as that the gentleman that you introduced at our last meeting. Is it the same? Are you expanding the team, or is it for his position?
No, so a great question. So we have 2 budgeted community development analyst positions.
Okay.
Mr. Flores holds one of those 2 positions.
Got it. Okay.
The other position, if you remember, Chris Dalton.
Yes.
And at one point, Chris Dalton and Sylvia Vasquez were together working on working to administer our CDBG program.
Mm-hmm.
Through our fiscal year 18-19 budget, we changed the job position for from Chris Dalton once he transitioned from the city to from a neighborhood improvements project specialist to community development analyst position.
Okay.
And so we're hiring for that second position.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying. Next thing is I wanted again to thank, as everybody else has, Commissioner Gary Wood for your leadership on this commission in the past year. You've done an excellent job, especially with leading the CDBG efforts and that whole process. You did great work and tweaking the way we execute that program, and also for your role in championing the Lead the Way training, which I think is going to be really good for everybody in this commission. And then lastly, congrats to our new chair and vice chair. I'm looking forward to being continuing to be on this commission and seeing you both grow into your role, and I know you're going to do great things. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Garcia. Commissioner Frazier.
Thank you. First, let me apologize for my absence in the last month. And I wanted to, I didn't get a chance to meet Uzura. It might take me a minute. My tongue doesn't work quite that well. But congratulations on your appointment, and as well as congratulations on Chairperson Ramos and Santana on your appointments as well. Look forward to really getting to dive more into a lot of the community development programs under your leadership. Thank you, Chairperson Wood, for your leadership. I've learned a tremendous amount being in this tenant position throughout the last year, and it's given me a great opportunity to kind of grow into this, and I really appreciate that. Other than that, I have no other comments. Thank you.
Excellent. Excuse me, I'd like to start first by thanking the staff for the quarterly report, and I apologize to the staff because usually I have a ton of questions about it, and I didn't do my homework. I've been here's my excuse. I've been babysitting my 3-month-old granddaughter for the last week, and boy, I don't know how women do this. It's a lot of work. So I assure you, at the next quarterly report, I'll have a lot of questions, and I echo what Commissioner Urzua said. It was sort of caught me by surprise that it was part of the first, general 1 through 4. Otherwise, I would have certainly dug deeper. My mistake. I was very grateful, though, to see the update of all the open projects for the city, affordable housing projects. That's very good. Secondly, I'd like to just comment on add on to what Mr. Brown said. It was my pleasure to attend the opening ceremony for the Summer Night Lights program, and there was really a great attendance from the community, from the neighborhood, and from the community. And something that didn't take me by surprise, the city council was up, and two of the council members were up and gave a speech about the kickoff of the program, and neither of them mentioned the work that we had done to award that money. And I was like, okay, that's what happens. But I have to give credit to Nadi, because the recipient of the funds that's excited about doing this program, when he was up to speak, specifically thanked not just me, but all the commissioners for giving them that vote of confidence with that money. And I was really impressed that he did that. At that same program, by the way, one of our former members, Commissioner Cecilia Aganaga, her husband, received an award from the city and from Nadi's house on his efforts that he's done throughout the years. I guess he's owned a liquor store on that corner for 40 or 50 years. His involvement with the city and the community and mentoring so many young people. So that was really great to see her husband receive that award. And in closing, I just want to congratulate Vice Chairman Santana and soon-to-be Chairwoman Ramos. I think I'm really excited. I think it's great when we have new leadership and a new change of, if you will, some new ideas and new blood. So I'm really looking forward to having you lead us for the next year. It's been my honor to be chairperson. During that time for last year, I was able to speak before the city council, which was, it was an eye-opener, but it was a huge honor to represent our commission before the city council and to give them an update on our work in the last year, and also to speak at the groundbreaking ceremony at the Orchard. That was probably my highlight as well, to get up there and speak in front of a project that we had a hand in, well, not us personally, but years before, in awarding that money to, or the vouchers. So thanks again for the opportunity to serve, and I look forward to working with our new chair and vice chair. With that in mind, if there's no further comments, I will adjourn. This meeting is adjourned. The next regular meeting is scheduled for August 22nd at 4:30 p.m. in the council chambers.